It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we celebrate Mandela Day. Now, over the decades, many people have spent time studying the man, the story, and the character of our first democratically elected president, Nelson Mandela. Now, as he embodies a number of characteristics that many of us admire and strive for in our own lives. Now, one person who has had what I would imagine is the unbelievable privilege of capturing these characteristics on a very intimate level is internationally renowned portrait artist Cyril Coetzee, and he is joining Expresso this morning, especially to unveil a never-before-seen private painting of our beloved elder statesman as we look ahead of Mandela Day. Cyril, thank you so much for joining us. I always find whenever I talk about Mandela, it's always a bit overwhelming because you never feel like you're going to be able to capture the man or the essence or the moment or this gravitas that we need to. Yet you've got to do that in a painting. So actually, I can't wait any longer. Before we talk, I'm going to ask you to reveal the painting if you will. I thought I'd be able to hold out for a few minutes at least, but wow. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, that is stunning. Where do you even begin, Cyril, to capture the characteristics of a man that is so much more than just the individual sitting in front of you?
Well, I think it's very important to meet the person. And I think immediately with a personality like Mandela, you feel this highly charismatic presence, this very empathetic presence as well.
Really?
And I had the privilege of meeting him in Johannesburg at the time when he was, I think it was in his first year of office as president. And yeah, it was a very atmospheric situation. We were in the garden of his home in Houghton. And my mind was sort of racing from the beginning, you know, how to tackle this. And I sort of tried to ask him to sit in various positions, and I realized quite quickly that wasn't going to work. That he would be the one who determined, you know, how he would sit, and one would have to work with that. Yeah.
This moment of reflection that we are looking at here, how did you know what to embody? Did it come to you in the moment? Was it? Talk me through this moment that you were able to capture so beautifully.
Well, look, he was in conversation with. It was an interesting setup because there was a Greek journalist present. It was myself, Mandela, the Greek journalist, and there was also George Bezos present.
Oh, wow.
And he was in conversation intermittently with George Bezos. So he would look at me and then he'd look at George Bezos, and there was quite a nice, relaxed feeling of atmosphere. But what really spoke...
thank you, George.
Yeah, thank you, George. But what really spoke to me in the situation was the way the late afternoon sun was catching him. So people asked me, you know, why like that? But it had a lot to do with the ambience of the garden and the sunlight catching him. And of course, there's the companion piece, the well-known painting on the stamp, the international stamp. And this is a quieter, more introspective companion piece to the one that's better known as an international stamp.
Why keep this private for so long?
Yeah, I think because it was a piece that I'd done in tandem with the other one, and a friend of mine who had also been closely associated with Mandela wanted to have a memento of him, and he said, well, could I buy that? And he kept it private. He didn't want it public.
I can understand why, to be honest.
Yeah. But at this point, it's not an issue anymore. Okay. And I just, it seemed timely now, given, you know, that there's a lot of reassessment of Mandela taking place. I mean, there are publications coming out saying, reassessing Mandela and so on. And I think it's quite a good moment to see the other side of him, maybe the less publicly charismatic side, a more introspective side. Yeah.
A man. He was a man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What is your hope? And I know you paint because you're an amazing painter and you've been gifted these wonderful opportunities, but surely in light of where we are right now and you've had an opportunity to be closer to this narrative than most of us, what is your hope that a painting like this, that a moment like this that you've been able to capture will will foster
Yeah.
in your fellow South Africans?
Well, I think for me, and probably for a lot of people still, that's about, 7 years now since Mandela died, he's still an icon of reconciliation. And I think what struck me about him was the fact that he was a person not only with the universal ideal, but he was a person who had the common touch. He made everybody feel important and special. And I think he wasn't a polarizing person. He was a bridge builder. And I'd just like us to remember him as someone who, who had a special way of building bridges and of overcoming this binary way of looking at things, us and them.
Yeah.
He saw the individual and not the packaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're possibly going through our most polarized phase as a species, never mind as a country.
It's time he has to look again at that aspect of him, I think, yeah.
Oh, you capture so much in this incredible piece of work. Where can people see it?
Well, I mean, where can people see the original? We'll see this painting again. I don't think it's going to be hung anywhere for a while publicly, but, I mean, you can see my other Mandela paintings. Maybe go on my website, If you want to see other Mandela portraits I've done, cyrilcoetzee.com. Just go and have other look at the other portraits I've done. Yeah.
Oh, some amazing moments.
Yeah.
What an honour for you, and what an honour for us to be able to share just a brief glimpse. And it's a truly remarkable piece. Thank you so much. I feel truly blessed to have been able to speak to you directly about that. So thank you so much.
Appreciate you inviting me. Thanks very much.
Well, you're just going to have to watch reruns of this show if you'd like to see more of this incredible piece of work. A beautiful moment of reflection captured of a man that we, I think, now need to be focused on more than ever, never mind just around International Mandela Day, but every single day here in South Africa.